Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and today I'm going to talk to you about the clothes I wear during breastfeeding. I have a whole other video about all the stuff you need for breastfeeding, and I touch on bras a little bit in that video, but today I want to deep dive into all of the rules that I've made up for myself that help me feel the most comfortable when I'm either in my house or going out for coffee or dinner with somebody. This is what I do. So I love wearing dresses, and in theory they're fine. They're definitely more comfortable during this period. They're a lot more forgiving of things going on with your body, but you end up looking like a fifth grader if you have to breastfeed somewhere, because you basically have to wear gym shorts and you have to wear a tank top under them, and you have to pull your dress all the way up, and then you have to breastfeed. So you're just standing there like this for a long period of time in like a bathroom or the corner of some restaurant or whatever, and you look really silly. So if you're gonna wear a dress, I recommend a button-down dress or some sort of spring dress that you can pull down or over, or just skip the dresses altogether for this season of life, because this dress is not convenient for breastfeeding. But if it is summer, maybe you have dresses that are more fitting. This is actually a maternity dress I bought. I wore it to one of my showers, and the top is super stretchy. So in theory, I could breastfeed in this, but it's January and freezing where I am, so this won't work. But for you, maybe. But consider those kinds of things when you're buying maternity dresses. Maybe they would also suit you in your postpartum life as well. All right, that brings me to my second rule, which is that I want my under base layer to come all the way down to be tucked into my pants. Because for me, it's not just about exposing my chest, because my breastfeeding child, their head, their body is usually going to cover my chest pretty well. But if I have to pull my shirt all the way up to access my breast, the weird part to me is that my whole stomach and potentially my butt crack and like all these other things are exposed sitting at a restaurant or wherever. To me, I always want to make sure this part is covered. That's where I have my comfort level, and maybe something for you to think about as you're shopping for maternity clothes that will go into your postpartum and breastfeeding phase.
The audio on the rest of these files corrupted, so I'm just going to have to voice over for you. So sorry. But I'm explaining that if my tank top doesn't go all the way down to my pants, then I want my pants to come all the way to my tank top. I love these leggings. They're from Stork, and I think that they're the best in the world. That's what I just said. They're really good material. They're stretchy. They haven't balled up on me. They haven't worn out. I wore them all 3 trimesters of my pregnancy, and now I'm wearing them into my postpartum, and they're literally my favorite. They're very forgiving. They're very stretchy. They're super comfortable. And like I was saying earlier, I have this rule because I want everything to be covered. I don't want my butt crack hanging out if I'm breastfeeding. I want my stomach covered, and a good quality pair of leggings keeps all that in there. It just hides it all, and that's what we're going for. So I really recommend these leggings from Stork. So this is what I wear most of the time while I'm at home. Then we have our jumpsuits. I personally love jumpsuits. I think that they are the best, especially with a zipper or buttons down the front. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. It covers everything that you need covered, and you have easy access to breastfeed. I love wearing jumpsuits during this season. It's kind of the best, honestly. And that same rule applies whether it's summer and shorts or even a dress. You're really just looking for something with buttons down the front, and I like these because they cover everything you want covered and you still have great access. Big fan. And as you're buying clothes and preparing for your maternity leave and for postpartum as a new mom and specifically breastfeeding, please don't forget to buy a pair of pajamas. I've never been a big pajama person, but I've recently decided that I wanted to be. So I bought a pair, and I do not regret buying them. I highly recommend pajamas with buttons down the front. Gives you easy access. That's apparently the theme of today's video, and definitely the theme of breastfeeding. Anyways, just make sure you buy a pair of pajamas. I remember at one point with my first child waking up in the next morning having on like a swimsuit top and my husband's shorts and just being like, why, what am I doing? So buying a good pair of pajamas isn't going to help you have laundry clean, but it can make you feel comfortable and a little bit more normal during a period where a lot of your body doesn't feel like your own. So I really recommend buying a pair of cute pajamas that you like, a couple pairs even, especially for breastfeeding during this season.
So that was a lot of outfit changes, but in review really quickly, I just want to make sure you got it. Jammies with buttons, lifesaver during maternity leave. Then you're either going to want your pant to go up high enough that it's covering everything you want to be covered, or you're going to want a nursing cami that's coming down low enough that it's covering everything you want covered. Or my go-to is the jumpsuit. with all the buttons down the side. Gives you access to all the things that you need access to. Probably skip on dresses for now unless it's the perfect dress. And then the last thing, which is probably the most important thing as you're establishing your breastfeeding, is those first few weeks when you're probably not worried about which dresses and jumpsuits you should be wearing. You're not thinking about your clothing at all. But as you're preparing for that season, here's a couple things to keep in mind as you're shopping. I talked about in my Everything You Need for Breastfeeding videos, which be sure to check that out. There are two different styles of bras. There's the first style that seems kind of more like a classic looking bra, and it has the clip at the top and it comes down. Or you have what I prefer is a more of a sports bra kind of style, and you kind of just pull this over to be able to get in. I find that my breasts and specifically my nipples stay more inside of this bra than it does this bra. I have this bra in a couple different sizes because for me, my breast size fluctuates a lot, whether I am at the beginning of my breastfeeding stage or whether my milk is fully settled or whether I've just fed or I'm completely empty. All of those things are different sizes. So I have different size bras. Sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't. But specifically this one, regardless of where I am in the size, I find that often I'm coming out of it. So I don't know if that's just a bad fit. I have it in another color. I have it in another size. Same thing though. I don't stay in this bra very well, so I don't like it as much. However, I do find that this is the bra where I have the most shape. So if I'm wearing a form-fitting shirt, I'm wearing something a little bit tighter, I'm gonna go for this over this. This, like I said in my last video about breastfeeding, looks like I've been breastfeeding for 3 years. This, I have a little bit more shape. So, comfort or so, do I want comfort or do I want shape? To share my wealth of knowledge on bras. I also have this, it's more of a sports bra style, but I hate it. And here's why. Even as I just picked it up, it's doing it. This has the stupid detachable insert things. And I don't know how or why, but every time I wash it, they move to one side. So even right now, there's nothing in this side and there's 2 pads stacked up on this side. So if I wear this bra, it's like a fight every time to get it all situated properly. I do like this bra, it's like a good one, but it's annoying to get the pads in the right place. I also like that it's made from bamboo. It makes me feel a little bit better sustainably. And I will say that this bra has held up really well. It has a lot of like fuzzies on it, but functionally, like stretched out support, all of that is still there. And this bra is 3 years old. Especially versus these bras, which are also 3 years old, and you can absolutely tell that they're 3 years old. They are like coming out at the seams. I find that the material is really hard to wash. It always looks dirty. And that's not the case with my other shirts and bras. And I also think it's really important to find a good little tank top. These are cropped tank tops specifically. I found them very helpful during my late stages of maternity because they didn't have to stretch out over my bump. I could wear them under different dresses, tank tops, or different like cardigans. I wear them under some of my jumpers that are like spaghetti strap and stuff. I really like these. And then as I was wearing before in my video, I wear these around the house all the time with my leggings, and it's really easy to access. And these are great if I have like a blister or something going on that I'm just extra sensitive and I don't want the tightness of a bra, but I still need a little bit of support. This is great too, because it keeps you from just like being in a big hoodie, but it's not too tight. So I really recommend a cropped tank top. Anyways, I hope that helped you as you are shopping and thinking about breastfeeding, or maybe you're in the middle of breastfeeding and you're just like pulling your hair out, trying to figure out what to wear. But I go into my office a little bit, I go to church, I go to dinner, but I mostly am at home. So this is definitely more of a casual, leisurely breastfeeding outlook. But I know some of these tips would apply if you are in a workforce and those things as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave me a comment about something. It really helps with my algorithm, and I am so grateful that you chose to watch my video.